So now we're going to learn the lightning pattern. Finger weaving doesn't really take that many supplies, but you will need a few things. First off, you'll need your yarn. You will need a pair of scissors, a tape measure or a yardstick, a dowel rod or pencil, something to secure your yarn to, and then you'll need just something that you can attach that dowel rod to hold your yarn as you weave. Optionally, to hold your finger weaving, you can just use a pillow and a large safety pin to pin your yarn. Some painter's tape or masking tape, any of these things will work.
All right, so we're ready to learn the lightning pattern. The lightning pattern, like the diagonal, is woven from the left to the right, and I've got my yarn set up. In this case, I have 16 blue, and then I have 10 red, then 16 white, then 10 red, and then 16 blue. I wanted to mirror image so that both sides of my center lightning were the same, but you can use whatever color combinations you want. They don't have to mirror like this. This is just the way I'm setting mine up. So we're going to start from the left. Let's start first top one and wrap it around behind the first bottom one, and I'm going to just weave as normal through the first color. But we're going to add a new technique of interlocking in, and so when we get there, I'll show you that technique. So I'm going to take this first blue weft through all of the blue strands, and then when I get to the red, we're going to continue through the red to the very last red strand. So I've got my blue woven, so we're going to do the 10 red ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and so on the 10th one, we're going to do a technique called interlock, where in this case the red happened to come over my blue one. So when it comes over, I'm going to take my blue one and wrap it around to where it drops back into the stack, into the top warp strands, and then I'm going to continue weaving with the red one instead of the blue one that I started with. So we're going to go through, and since I overlocked on the 10th red one, I want to overlock on the 10th white one. So we're going to keep going. That was a bottom to top. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My 10th white one, and I'm going to overlock again. So it came across the top of my red one, so we're going to twist the red one back around to drop into the top warp strands, and now I'm going to continue to weave with the white strand and finish off the white ones. Okay, so then I'm into the red, and I'm going to count over 10 to the 10th red one, which should be the last one in my count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So on my 10th one, I'm going to wrap it around and drop the white back into the stack, and then keep going with the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the 10th one, I'm going to twist those strands so that the red drops back to the stack, and I will finish off the row with the blue. And when I get to the end, then that blue one is going to come, and it's going to take its turn sitting out. Okay, so then we're going to kind of push this down because the overlock has made a kind of a back weave down here. It's also twisted the strands down here. So I always just kind of pull it down a little bit to give me room to work. We're eventually going to have to take that out, but we'll do that after we have a number of rows done. Okay, so we're going to go back to the beginning of the left and start over. And this time, as we weave, we're going to weave until we get one place till just before the last overlock. So we're going to overlock the 9th red. So each time you do a new row, you're going to subtract one row or one strand from the previous number. So like I said, we interlocked the 10th one last time. We're going to interlock the 9th one. So I have one. Whoops, let me get, my strands aren't laying flat. Let's see, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to overlock the 9th one. I'm going to take that blue one back around the red, wrap it around the red so it drops back into the warp, and then I'm going to continue weaving with the red one. As I continue weaving with the red one, the blue one above is kind of like the end of a strand, so you want to kind of tug it and pull it just a little bit to pull the extra ease out of the part you've already woven, and to kind of pull that tension up. So then we're going to go 9 into the white. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're at the 9th white one. We'll lay it across the top of the red one, then we're going to twist that red one around back into the warp and continue with the white one. Again, you're going to pull a little bit on that previous interlocked one, that red one, and kind of tug the extra out of the row above it, and then keep weaving. So we're going to finish out the white. Strands are not wanting to lay right, but just be sure you get the right one. So after about 2 or 3 rows, that will kind of straighten itself out. All right, so we're at the red. We want to interlock the 9th red one. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. See how this one kind of tries to pull early, so don't overlock don't put this white one in until after you've interlocked. It's going to try and get in early, but don't weave it in. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I miscounted. That should be 9 because that's all my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 9. I just miscounted. So when I got to the 9th one, I'm gonna goes across, wrap it around, and then weave with the red over. And pull that white one above just a little bit. Don't stretch it or pull it. Just pull it gently, and then keep weaving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to overlock that 9th one. And then I know that red one it's trying to pull over is the next one that lays in, because you got to have the 2 next to each other. And then we're going to continue with the blue till the end. Over, and we're going to pull this out, drop your blue one back in, and let your blue, the new weft, set out. Okay, so the next row we're gonna interlock on the 8th strand of the new color. So we're going to start here from the left and start weaving in. Oops. pull on me. Let's get the right thread. Okay, so I finished weaving the blue, and remember we want the 8th red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll twist and overlock that. And then that next one should be blue right there. And the one before it's going to be blue. And then we move into the white, and we'll overlock the 8th white one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and overlock that one. 9, 10, and then we'll finish out the white. And we're going to overlock, our next color is red, so again we're going to overlock the 8th red one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8th red one, overlock it, and finish out the whites. And then blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and overlock it. Alright, and then you're going to do that till you get all of, you've subtracted one each all the way down till you're back to all the blues are together, all the reds are together, and all the whites are together. Alright, so I'm on the 10th row, and I am weaving in or overlocking in the last one of each color. So that puts my colors all back together. I now have a solid black of blue, solid black of red, solid block of white. I'm fixing to have another solid block of red. Here. Okay, right there. That last interlock puts all my red back together. And then when we get to this blue goes all the way to the end, we'll have all my blue back together. Just like when I started at the very beginning. All right. So there's a couple of things we're going to do here. You can either start the next row, or usually what I do is when I finish and get all my sets back together, that's where I will take a little piece of yarn of a color that doesn't match my project, and I'm going to just kind of quickly tie it off on the front and the back, because we have what we call back weave here. So every time you overlocked up here, it did the same thing down here. So to take that out, we're just a couple of strands at a time, 1 or 2 strands. We're just going to pull it out from the right and just kind of pull all that out of the rows so that our yarn will all hang, our warp yarns will all hang straight again and not be tangled. And you can do that as often as you need to. As you know, I could have worked a little more and got a few more rows, but I wanted to go ahead and show you how to take that weave out, that back weave, because we don't want that. So now that I have that all kind of back to straightened out, I can take my little piece off up here. Find my shed. I'll kind of use my yarn there to find my shed. Okay. Make sure that it's good and open. All right, so then what we're going to do is you're going to just start over like we did on the first 8. So we're going to, or on the first 10, on the first row, we're just going to repeat that same set of 10 over and over. So